than what it was in 2004. Because from what I remember, Dawn had to wear some sort of like belt situation to like hold the flag in it. They just literally just went, here you go, and handed it over to us. So it was pretty light. So her advice was right on. And overall, the experience was amazing. I think a big part of that was that obviously my teammates were right there behind us, but also Eddie was an amazing partner to go through this with. And I'm glad that I have these memories to share with him. He made it that much more better. But walking in was, crazy, really difficult to explain, but overall a wonderful experience.
Thank you.
And next up, Doug Feinberg, followed by Michelle Vogel.
Hey, Sue. This is your 5th Olympics, obviously, and you've seen different cities and such. Have you noticed a growth as far as the quality of men's basketball, women's basketball in the Olympics? I mean, this time you're playing in the same arena versus last time when Deodoro was the first 4 rounds in Rio. You guys have the gold medal game last as opposed to the men being the final game, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this the other day. I think women's sports is just continuing to grow. The more, I think it's all a trickle down. So the more coverage that we get and the more little girls can see us, the more they're going to start to participate. The earlier they participate, the better. And then you're just going to continue to breed more and more successful women and hopefully more and more successful female Olympians. So it is nice to see that women are getting their due, not just in basketball, but in every sport. And I think, someone mentioned the other day that we represent basically half, like 49% of all Olympians within the Team USA. So we're here, we know how successful women can be. And it's like, again, like I said, really good to see them get their shine.
Michelle, you're up next.
Sue, with 5 Olympics, I believe 4 different coaches, 2 of whom you played for outside of the Olympics with Ann and Gino, obviously, Van and Dawn being the other 2. How much do coaches with the Olympics bring a lot of their individual personality? How much are they try to do things similar? And in what ways, specifically with Dawn, maybe is different than other coaches?
I think each coach that I've played for has brought their style, their identity to the teams. The ways in which they approach things, you can tell usually with a coach right out the gate. Generally speaking, a coach's identity is going to trickle onto the team, no matter which players are there, because it's the way in which we're being coached. It's the type of things we're trying to accomplish. And I think with Dawn, obviously what makes her unique is she does have the players' perspective of all of this. She's experienced it. She knows what it's like. The one thing I think that is similar amongst all the coaches is they understand that this is not easy, that we're trying to take, what would probably be like a month's worth of practice time and training camp time and squeezing it into a week, maybe a week and a half if you're lucky. So you really it's really a crash course and you're just trying to be as efficient with that as possible. So yeah, but like I said, Dawn, that's what makes it unique is she does have that player's perspective, but I think she definitely brings her own personality to things and again, her own identity to things.
Other than obviously just getting older and having experience, how do you think your leadership style specifically with USA Basketball has evolved?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall it's not unique to USA Basketball. I think I'm at a point now where, my leadership, the evolution of it, I think within the last couple of years, I've become, it's like, I feel like you always say that point guards are coaches on the floor. I actually feel like I am at this point. I really feel like I just have such a wealth of knowledge and a lot of it is just from being around. It's not that I'm any smarter than anybody else. It's just, I've seen a lot. I've been around a lot. I've been coached by different people. I've seen what works. I've seen what doesn't work. And so I can really give the same way assistant coaches can kind of, whisper in a player's ear, like a little nugget that might help them. I feel like I can do that as well. And it's different because I'm on the court and I'm seeing but I'm not just seeing, I'm feeling. And coaches, they don't have that same feel because they're just watching. And so I can really be somebody that can help younger players along, but not just younger players. I'll say the same things that I would say to an Ariel Atkins to Diana. if you see something, and that's what basketball is. It's stealing these little moments. So if I can have a part in stealing those little moments and have that be, turn into success for our team, that's kind of where my leadership lies now. I mean, obviously all the things I've been doing leading up to this point are still there as well, but I really feel like, especially in my WNBA experience, I noticed that a lot. I really feel like a coach at times.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we're going to Nesson's Tyler Bronski.
Hey, Sue. You mentioned sharing the flag honors with Eddie at the top. How much did you two get to know each other and you learn about his, previous Olympic background, given you two will always be connected now because of this experience?
Yeah, I mean, what you may not see, I tried to post it on my Instagram story as much as possible. You're actually spending a lot of time. It's a long way from the moment that Eddie and I met to the moment that, the flag was put in our hands. I mean, we had probably a couple hours, at one point we're walking through the village and leading Team USA. At another point, we're on a bus for a little bit. Then we finally get to the stadium. And then there's a whole other walk that you have to make. And all you can do is really just chat. So, I mean, what do you want to know? I know everything. He grew up in Miami and he was, as he describes, a 90s kid who loved to roller skate. And that's kind of what led him down the path of speed skating. And that's how he got in there. He just loved roller skating. And then simultaneously, he was always into baseball. So those were his two sports. And obviously the rest is history on how that all turned out. He's married. He's got a cute little 11-month-old. A huge contingent in Miami was watching, his family and friends. He showed me a picture. So, I mean, literally, it's just us chatting. So we really got to know each other pretty well in a short period of time.
Thanks, Sue. Appreciate it.
We'll go next to Jim Suhan. It might be about all the time we have.
So I was wondering if you and Megan have had any conversations about tougher challenges as, dominant teams, but having to deal with the rest of the world trying to catch up.
Yeah, we talk about stuff all the time. Obviously for them, they lost a tough one against Sweden. And we just kind of talked about how that's what it is when you've got USA on your chest. That's what it is. I mean, to be honest, Megan actually has way more experience because they play year in and year out with that on their jerseys. We obviously are only together so much with USA basketball. But the US soccer team, they always have that on their jerseys. They're always playing against other teams. So they know even better than I do. But yeah, Megan and I always, chat about different things like that. I think for them, it was, obviously it was about bouncing back, which they did. And now they have the rest of the tournament to play.
Jim, it sounded like you were getting ready for a follow-up. Nope.
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and cut Sue because she's got to get going. But thank you very much. And we will have someone else coming in soon.
I think it's Phil.
Yeah, so yeah. Oh, she's here.